Hi, it's TR back with another episode in the Truck Camper Renovation Series, and today we're going to start working on the roof. Actually, this is a restoration. Somebody has commented about that on one of the videos, not a renovation. Kind of fallen into a pattern, it seems like. I'll finish this section, like I finished this front here day before yesterday, and then started working on the roof yesterday. And it always takes like 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours to figure out how to get this thing back together, just because the way it was built from the factory is they brought the roof on in one solid piece, okay? And so I don't have that capacity to lift 500-700 pounds of wood and lumber and all that and get it up there and get it square and get everything right. Whereas in the factory, they're going to have jigs that are going to be holding the walls perpendicular. I mean, you know, they've got all the equipment. When you're doing this by yourself, the long and short of it is you just got to figure out ways to work around it and figure out how to get it back together so that it's right. Something I've run into, though, and I can't figure out what's going on, is it seems like I've got like a 3/4 of an inch mistake somewhere up in here because I was doing some measuring to lay out for the roof panels. I was still trying to measure out what was going to lay out best with the roof, and also kind of get back to the way it was, because I figured they had probably optimized their sheets, which is what I'm trying to do, you know, get the biggest piece of sheet in that I can so I don't have little teeny small pieces. And the way it works out is you got like a 12 or 14 inch piece up here of the sheeting, and then you end up with 3 full sheets, and then you got a 2-foot piece. And I think that's optimal, and that's the way I'm going to try to keep it. With that said, I'm going to work in 1-sheet panels, okay? So that's 4x8. Technically 93 inches, 7'9" by 4 feet. So yesterday I was working and trying to get things sorted out, and I spent a couple hours just kind of figuring out what the sequence was going to be, how to put things back together. And I thought, well, I'll build my first little panel. I got in a big ass hurry because it was getting hot, and it's been getting in the upper 90s during the day. And so by about noon, 1 o'clock, it's too hot to work out here. I end up going in and editing videos for you. But here's what I did. So this is glue. Now this damage here was caused when I removed the panel, but I glued it on the wrong side and had it mounted the wrong way. So this is the, you know, this is the inside surface. So this is the ceiling, right? Like this. And I had it on the 2x4s like this, and the 2x4s sit on top of it. That sheet won't go to waste. I'll use it for trim strips because I'm going to have some seams up here. I'm going to need to cut some trim strips of the same material. I will have to cut it and then paint the edges and stuff like that, but that's no big deal. And I'll be doing that for trim, so I won't waste that panel. But it sure was a dumb mistake I made yesterday. I guess the heat just got to me. I'm sticking with that excuse. Okay, so let's get started on this. The first thing is I think I mentioned I've got some kind of a little 3/4 of an inch error somewhere. So I'm going to pause and see if I can figure out what's going on. So I'd found the 3/4 of an inch, but it took a bit of work. The first thing was this piece right here was 1/4 too long, okay? So that was causing me some heartburn. The second thing is my assumption that the roof panels that are here are square was completely wrong. It screwed me completely up. So what I ended up doing was taking a mason's line, you can see it right here. And so what I did was I took a measurement from the front of the Cabover here back to the wall, to this common wall here, and that was exactly the same on both sides. And so I knew I was correct at the bottom. Then I came up here to the top and I checked, so I was long on this side and a little short on this side by 1/4 inch. Once I got the mason's line in, I checked the length from it to the sheet of material I was measuring to, and I realized it was out of square by 3/8 of an inch. So when I did all the math on it, that's where the 3/4 of an inch came from. Anyway, I think we're square. I think we're good. I've got some good measurements now. I've already cut this off, and I think we'll be in good shape. Fingers crossed. So now I'm just going to start building this right here on the roof. That's going to be just perfect. I'm a little long. Oh, I know why. Okay, so I have to be really careful, and I need to relax the stress on this guy. Make sure it's not pulling the walls out of plumb. So let's check that. I need to turn you around so you're not looking at my ass. That would probably be helpful. So We'll check plumb on this wall. And let's see, it's in a little at the bottom, it looks like. Let's see here. No, it needs to come over so it needs to come in a touch. I might be able to use that piece of wood there to plumb everything up. So let's check this other side. Make sure these walls are plumb. This 2x4 should sit right here. Damn it. Are you done? Okay. Hey, it's TR back. It's the next day. I'm still working on the roof framing. Excuse the pounding from my neighbor over here. But I've got the first piece kind of roughed in, ready to go. Now I've got to figure out this next piece between the front 2x4 up, the 2x4 up here, and this. I'm not able to recover it. I'm guessing that the spacing was 9 inches. That's what it seems to have been working out to when I measured other members up on top. And so I'm going to stick with 9 inches between the framing members, the cross members, and the roof. And so I've got to cut a couple of those, but I've got to I have to fabricate this piece today. Again, the only reason is because the ends of the 2x4s are all rotten, and so I can't really reuse them. This is the framing for the escape hatch that goes over the bed, and so that's what this hole's framed for here. It had this framing member between, like this. And then I've got enough material out here already for the rest of that. You get to move maybe right here. Okay, this should be 93. Yep. Okay, cool. I'm going to reuse this. So, let's see. I'm just going to carefully pop this off. Let me get some popping off tools. Okay, so I think these center pieces are fine. These outside pieces need help. They're screwed and stapled. I'm going to take them apart, glue them, and screw them. Okay, so I got that other piece up here. It's a pretty tight fit for me to be working up here. So I got to get this next sheet out of here. I'm just going to pull some screws out, pull some staples. I'm going to pop these plates off, see if I can reuse them. This is not going to be easy. I figured that part out already. Was it that one I couldn't get out? That's empty. So I'm back with a little sneak preview for you here of a future project that'll come on the Truck Camper Restoration Series. My cameras kept overheating when I was working up here on the roof, and it was hot as hot, so I just ended up not having to deal with the cameras. I wanted to get this roof, I wanted to get the roof advanced. So I did want to get some of the roof panels on to kind of help hold the walls perpendicular, plumb, if you will. It turns out it probably really didn't help that much because I ended up having to rank and pull on a lot of the walls to get him back into plumb as I continued putting the roof on. But you'll get to see all that in a future episode as well. So what's up next is we're going to tear the back off, and it's pretty bad. So stick around for that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the notification bell. A lot of videos still to come on this truck camper restoration. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are as well. I'm always open to your comments, so if you'd like to drop a comment below, that'd be great. Love to hear from you. If you think I did something wrong, well, it's kind of too late. Because what you're seeing today is probably 3, maybe 4, could be 5 weeks since it's already been done before you're seeing the video. Does that make sense? I guess it's YouTube time, if you will. Anyway, that's enough of that. Thanks for watching. I sure do appreciate it. Till we get together for another truck camper restoration video. Peace.